Jonathan Rea down and out in the first race, and down and out from his own fault as well. He made the mistakes. He got the red mist came down after the clash with Tom Sykes, and he just tried to do too much too quickly all the way through.
Caída de Jonathan Rea, finalmente al suelo. Ahora sí que se acaba su carrera. Desastre para Johnny Rea.
2020 is going to be a year like no other. We're 19 points back in the championship, but for me, I start from zero. The time away from the bikes really lit the fire to keep working hard, and full focus is on trying to win a sixth world title.
Those early laps, we saw him ducking and diving underneath riders, so it showed that he was just trying to make sure he was getting through that field as quickly as possible. And then a couple of corners later, he's a big crash through the hay shed.
I mean, I knew Misano was a potential to go testing there, but the date I was working towards was Jerez, and we kind of got a sneak peek of what the calendar might look at. So the biggest challenge was getting there, because there's like 0 flights out of the UK at the time. Basically, I packed our life into a van, pretty much my motocross bike, bicycles. First and foremost, setting off on this trip, the most important thing is to have a family with us, because we're in this together. I mean, I'd be away from them guys 4 or 5 weeks, not knowing when I'd go home. But because they're here, it brings it out, like makes me calm. Just outside us here, the holiday makers on the beaches are pretty busy, albeit under safety regulations. But they're having a ball. The kids are loving it. They've got their bicycles here. It's super nice for me to be able to do my work in the daytime and then come back and hang out with them on the beach as well, and just have family fun, because we'll never get these moments back. It's during school holidays, and all of a sudden they're going to be in school, and it's we'll not get these moments back. It's important that I can take my training with me, and I don't like other sports so much. I like 2 wheels. I've got some decent form in the bicycle now, so I was keen just to go out and do a lot of mileage, because it's relatively low impact, but you can get a huge gain out of it aerobically. And it's been nice, because it's been the largest portion of my career that I've actually been able to dictate to getting in a good condition. So nice to get back with the team, but a bit strange as well, because I wanted to hug them, and it was still kind of, fist pumps at distance, and it's still a strange situation to have masks on, in the pit box and stuff like that. It's probably the longest I've ever been off the bike in my career. I can remember breaking my femur in 13 and coming back on the bike quicker than I did during this lockdown period. So generally, one of my strengths as a rider is the ability to get up to speed pretty quickly, and day one at Misano, I felt terrible. I felt like it didn't help. They'd re-asphalted the circuit, so things were a bit strange, but I felt quite slow, to be honest. I just remembered how strong a unit we are as a team, because when I was feeling like that, they were great. And at the end of the test, we finished with the strongest pace. Our out and out lap time was thereabouts, and on race tires, I feel like we were probably the fastest. So I felt like we ended the test in a good shape. When I talk about the team, it's a special team, like a well-oiled machine. All the cogs work together, everybody knows each other's position. And they're the only people in this world that understand what we're going through, because we go through it together. And that starts from, Tash at home. She bears the brunt of most of me, on my good and bad days. And then Kev and Fab, who get to see the behind the scenes, good, bad and ugly. And then obviously my team as well, who, when I say team, it's everybody from my mechanics that tirelessly work on the bike, Perry behind the computer understanding the data, Davide, my electronic engineer, saving my ass with electronics all the time. And that was a huge part of our success, and it's also a huge part of why I want to continue with Kawasaki. Opportunity I'm really grateful for and excited for. We started this journey together. I mean, they helped me to my first ever world title, and together with the strongest partnership, I think, in any racing. And at KRT, we have the best team you can imagine. I'm looking forward to what we can still achieve together. I certainly feel the story's not done.